Hello and welcome. This is Business Now, reaching you live from iBrandTV News Studios in Lagos, Nigeria. Coming up, Federal Inland Revenue Service and Custom collect 12.7 trillion naira revenue in 2022. Nigeria's import from Russia hit 39 billion naira despite war with Ukraine. Pension funds administrators reduce pension funds investment in banks to 1.6 trillion naira. And the Nigeria unemployment rate predicted to hit 41% in 2023. Thank you for joining us on Business Now. I am Samuel Ukata. Revenue collection by two agencies of the federal government, the Federal Inland Revenue Service and the Nigerian Customs Service, rose to 12.7 trillion naira in 2022, representing a 46.8% increase from 8.7 trillion naira collected in 2021. Data from the National Bureau of Statistics showed that the agencies, including Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, formerly Department of Petroleum Resources, received 2.6% of the total revenue collected, which is approximately 462.81 billion naira as the cost of collection during the period. This represents a 29.6% year-on-year increase compared to 329.34 billion naira, which is approximately 3.81% of 2021 total revenue withdrawn by the agencies in 2021 as cost of collection. The agencies help the government in collection of revenue from different sources, including value-added tax, all revenue and company income tax, among other revenues. Breakdown showed that the FIRS collected 10.1 trillion naira in revenue in 2022, while it received 200.16 billion naira, representing 2% of total generation as the cost of collection. The Nigerian Customs Service, which followed with 2.60 trillion naira revenue generation, withdrew 128.64 billion naira, which is 5% as cost of collection, while NUPRC received the least at 98.01 billion naira. This represents a 17.4% rise compared to 83.51 billion received by the agency as collection in 2021. Amid the attacks on Ukraine, Nigeria imported 39.68 billion naira worth of goods from Russia, according to the foreign trade reports of the National Bureau of Statistics for 2022. This represents about 85% increase from 2021. The total import from Russia hit 21.84 billion naira in second quarter 2022, a massive increase from 8.98 billion naira in first quarter 2022. The foreign trade report also showed that only 1.71 trillion naira worth of goods was imported from Russia in the third quarter. This was a decline of 92.17% from the 21.84 billion naira import recorded in the second quarter. By the fourth quarter, Nigeria imported 7.15 billion naira worth of goods from Russia, an increase of about 318.13% from the previous quarter. Russia still remains a topmost supplier of fish, particularly herrings, blue whitings, and mackerel to Nigeria. Increased 5G rollout and 4G expansion improved foreign investments into the telecommunications sector by 325.12% in 2022. The capital importation data from the National Bureau of Statistics showed that telecoms attracted $456.82 million in 2022 compared to $107.46 million that was attracted in 2021. This is as the sector continued to retain its foreign investment appeal despite the country's challenging economic environment. Though the telecoms recorded an increase in foreign investment in 2022, the total foreign investment into the country fell by 20.47% or $1.37 billion from $6.7 billion in 2021 to $5.33 billion in 2022. Commenting on the sectors that attracted the most investments in the fourth quarter of 2022, the NBS said, disaggregated by sectors, capital importation into the production sector recorded the highest inflow of about $392.54 million, representing 37.01% of total capital imported in fourth quarter 2022. This was followed by capital imported into the banking sector valued at about $255.45 million, which is 24.08%, and telecoms with $168.27 million, which is 15.86%. The implementation of the revised master plan of the capital markets, fintech and commodities trading ecosystem roadmap will dominate the agenda of the first capital markets committee meeting in 2023. This was disclosed in a statement issued by the Securities and Exchange Commission. The Commission said during the meeting, issues bordering on implementation of the revised capital market master plan, implementation of fintech roadmap, the commodities trading ecosystem roadmap, as well as other salient matters relating to the capital market and the economy would be discussed. The Commission unveiled the revised capital market master plan in November 2022 to serve as a blueprint to harness opportunities to better position the capital market as the engine of economic growth and development. According to the Commission, some of the capital market master plan initiatives have been implemented include direct cash settlement, regularization of multiple subscription, dematerialization of share certificates, and the introduction of the e-dividend management system. The regulator ordered that the Capital Market Master Plan initiative had helped in promoting transparency, protecting investors, and enhancing market confidence, while also ensuring only fit and proper persons were allowed to operate in the capital market. It also stated that the Capital Market Master Plan aligned with the federal government's economic strategy focused on deepening the capital market and encouraging a private sector-led economy to drive inclusive growth. The pension fund administrators reduced the funds under the contributory pension scheme that were invested in fixed deposit and bank acceptance to 1.6 trillion naira in February. This was as the total funds under the scheme hit 15.49 trillion naira in the period under review, according to the National Pension Commission. PenCom disclosed this in its unaudited report on the pension fund industry portfolio for the period ended February 28, 2023. The data provided information on the approved existing schemes, closed pension fund administrators, and retirement savings funds, which is including unremitted contributions at the Central Bank of legacy funds. At the end of December 2022, the PFAs had invested 1.94 trillion naira in fixed deposits and bank acceptance. The Commission had, in its amended investment regulation, highlighted the requirements for investing the funds in line with the provisions of Pension Reforms Act 2014. It said the purpose of the regulation was to provide uniform rules and standards for the investments of pension funds assets.